G'day! In this video I'm going to challenge myself to learn how to pan for gold using basic panning techniques. Will I come up with the goods or will I go home empty-handed? Stay tuned and find out. Also expert tips on how to pan for beginners. Playing now.
When you're starting off learning, and treat it like a clock. So if you're right-handed, you want the 9 o'clock on the clock in the middle of the large riffle, and you put your thumb opposite at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And all I'm going to do is basically just hold the pan roughly on a 45-degree angle. You know, the 9 o'clock's going through the middle there of the long riffles. And I'm just going to put it under the water 1 or 2 inches and go left to right like that. About 6 or 8 times like that under the water. Keep it fairly level under the water if you can.
Yep.
And you'll see the water go in and go out, and it's taking all the light material away. And you just repeat the process. So we just grab some material. And there is actually some fine gold in here and black sand, a lot of black sands as well, which is, you know, what you get in reality. Yeah. So under the water, once you put it under the water, this becomes lighter and more buoyant, that material, because it's saturated with water. And like I said, just work it left to right under the water. See, the water comes in and just takes all the lighter material away. I'm just doing it very slowly just to show you how it works. So as we do more, I'll go faster. So see, the water goes in, laps up, takes the light material out. Do about 6 or 8 of those and then vibrate it. Okay. What happens when you vibrate is all the heavy material sinks to the bottom. Yeah. Which will, if there's gold there, it'll sink right down the bottom. And repeat the process. See, I'm getting a bit faster now. Yeah. See, it's taking the big rocks out because of the water action, the energy of the water. Okay. Same thing, vibrate it, and just repeat the process. As you get better, you'll get faster at it. See, now I'm getting rid of a lot of the rock material. See how it's changing colour a bit now? It's getting darker? Yeah. That's starting to show that you got mostly getting down to your black sands now. Okay. Your heavy material. Same thing, vibrate it. If there's gold there, get it down the bottom. So there's still a bit of lighter material there, I'll get rid of that. 6 or 8 of those. See, it's really, now it's pretty well getting down to the black sands. Yeah. You know, there's a little bit more I'll just get rid of, but just vibrate it again, get the gold if there's there down the bottom. Same thing. Now I'm really reducing it right down to your heavies now. See, it's pretty well mostly black sands, and you look at that and think, oh, there's no gold there. But if there's gold there, it'll be hiding underneath because it's much heavier than the black sands. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll swirl the water around anti-clockwise and spread those black sands around and see if there's any gold hiding underneath. So I do that. And if there's gold there, I'll tell you, it'll be hiding underneath those black sands. It may be that I just didn't pick any up because the gold does sink to the bottom in this tub as well. Yeah. Oh look, there's some bits there. Some really small bits. There's a couple. It's just flat. There was a really tiny bit there. It looks like I didn't pick much up, but there's actually, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a really tiny piece just in there. That shows you gold's so heavy and that's tiny. No, this is like a... But not normally, it's probably sunk right down the bottom of the tub, but yeah, like, so you can see the gold's hiding in the black sands there. Look. Yeah, I can see it now. And that is tiny. Yeah. You can hardly see that, but it just shows you. I'll do another one for you just to show you. I'll try and pick up some more gold. But look, there's another tiny bit there. Yeah. There's actually a really tiny bit. Okay. Well, I'll do another one because there's definitely more bigger bits in there. It's just it's sunk down with time. I'll just have to re-stir it up again. But yeah, obviously when you get your technique down pat, you can go quite quick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was definitely not doing this at home. Maybe this is the simplest way. You know. I do have a tub like this at home, but I'll just See, look, the big rocks go. Yeah, maybe the gold's just sunk right down. I think I saw something. There's some tiny bits there. Yeah, there's a couple of tiny, really. Check that out. Oh, eel. I don't know if you can see that. That's cool. There he goes.
What a beautiful time in the morning to be out here in nature by this creek. Even if I don't find anything, still just a lovely location. Quartz veins everywhere in the rocks. Check it out. This was sampled. After scratching away and filling up my bucket with different samples from both upstream and downstream of this location, I spent the next 2.5 hours just panning away, learning how to pan and trying my luck. A lot of dirt, a lot of nothing, a lot of nothing. I kept persisting away. Yeah, it was good fun. My knees were hurting there for a while. I had to stand up a few times and the old hand was getting tired. Guessing it happens when you've never done it before or you're out of practice, but yeah, just kept going at it and we got there eventually. Here I am just swirling away, trying the technique. I had a lot of practice in the 2.5 hours, just swooshing away, swirling, swoosh, backwards and forwards, tip out the dirt, nothing there, try again. I got to the location before the sun was even up. It was a bit dark walking around on the rocks. I waited for daylight to see what I was actually doing, where I was going. Looking for where I can get samples of gravel and dirt and whatnot. I got a fair bit. Look at that. That is gold. Look at that. I had to dig a lot deeper. I've been doing a fair bit of digging for the sands. That is awesome. Ew! Alright. Hopefully you can see it a bit better now. Look at that gold. Got the best lighting for it. That's gold.